We are having a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on November, on September 7th at 2:08 p.m. Eastern Time. This is, yeah, same here, Amira. This is happening at 15 degrees and actually 22 minutes, 23, whatever. What are the themes? Intuition, dreams, creativity, right? Mysticism. I am not still on Black Scottish TikTok. I'm done. Okay. I'm going to put the sign down. All right. And then I'm going to come in. Oh, shit. If I could. Oh, okay. There we go. What's happening? Let's see. I already said that. All right, this is a total lunar eclipse, blood moon. Why is it a blood moon? Because it has that orange glow, okay? If you have any placements in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, especially, between 12 and 18 degrees, especially your sun, moon, or rising, then you are feeling the energy of this eclipse. Also, if the eclipse is hitting a planet in your chart within 2 to 3 degrees, right? Like your Venus, your Mars, whatever. The outer planets we don't feel as strongly, but the inner ones definitely. You're feeling the vibes, okay? What's the astro tea? Eclipses are full and new moons on steroids. They're intensified. They activate the lunar nodes. You're like, what are the lunar nodes? Those are points. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. All right. When the lunar nodes get activated, they can speed things up. Things could be eclipsed in and out of your life. There's a crisis energy, right? The lunar nodes are points of fate, karma, destiny. The nodes are triggered. Maybe we have wild cards, fated moments, pivotal events. The impacts of an eclipse, hey PJ, can be felt for up to 6 months. That's a long time. So while the eclipse occurs on one day, we feel the vibes for many months, and we feel the energy for a couple weeks, okay? Solar eclipses usually bring new beginnings. Lunar eclipses bring endings. Like I said, people, places, things, relationships can be eclipsed out of your life. I'm not wishing that on you. But you could have this eclipse happen and nothing happens. So it depends on how it's aspecting your natal chart. Hey, Kay, the moon has to be within 13, some people say 17 degrees of the lunar nodes for it to be considered an eclipse. The closer in degree the nodes are to the moon, the stronger or more total it is, right? So this is a total lunar eclipse because it is 2 degrees and 57 minutes, about 3 degrees from a conjunction / opposition to the lunar nodes. The lunar nodes are just calculations where the moon's orbit of Earth meets the sun's orbit of Earth and they intersect, right? So it's like a little spot. The head of the dragon, thank you, friend, is what we're reaching for. Thank you, PJ. The south node is the tail of the dragon. It's what we're swatting away, we're getting rid of. The north node is our learning zone. The south node is our comfort zone. What does that mean? It's like the south node, we already know how to do that. The north node is what we're here to learn and embrace. Now, collectively, right? The north node right now is in Pisces. So we're all popping. I said we're all popping. We're all experiencing this energy. The north node in Pisces is about spiritual work. So it's imagination, intuition, creativity, compassion. It's time to forgive. It's time to heal. It's time to flow. The south node in Virgo is about like physical work, but we're releasing that. It's less about doing, overanalyzing, critiquing, judging everything. Shout out to my Virgos. Less planning, more being. It's about surrender and allowing things to happen. Full moons tend to focus on relationships. So maybe there's a beef with you and your boo. The sun is opposite the moon during a full moon, right? That's what happens. Sun in Virgo, moon in Pisces. There's this battle between your inner and your outer needs and those desires, okay? Maybe your inner self wants to do something. Your external self wants to do something else. You could be conflicted between doing you and honoring your relationships, right? It doesn't have to be about just relationships. It could be about wherever Virgo and Pisces are in your natal chart, right? Virgo is in my 6th house. So maybe I'm like, I got to lock in work. I got to get all this stuff done. Pisces in my 12th. Maybe I'm like, I need to nap and relax, okay? Normally, full moons illuminate. The moon is bright and we can see things clearly. But with an eclipse, remember, the moon is darkened. We've got that orange glow. The sun is not receiving the light, so the moon can't take it from the sun. I won't go into the specifics. Y'all Google that. Okay. Okay, switched off report. So you're the opposite of me. Okay, you're trying to lock in, but not necessarily in a like, I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. But maybe locking in with work that is more spiritually aligning to you. Does that make sense? So it's like, you know, ooh, friend. I said, ooh, friend. The kids. Okay. Oh, hi. My bad. Okay, you guys, I'm going to start reading the comments because, of course, I start laughing and getting distracted. Okay, again, it's about those areas of your life, right? Virgo and Pisces. So 5th and 11th, then you're feeling torn from your kids and maybe your aspirations, what you want to do, chasing your dreams, right? Maybe you have to lock in. You got to be a mother or whatever, you know, period. Okay. Normally the full moons illuminate, but because this is an eclipse, we can have things hidden from us because the moon is darkened. So we may not have all the information we need. I try not to make any decisions or jump to conclusions during an eclipse because, again, maybe you don't know what the tea is. Maybe you're like, I'm not really sure, but you think you're sure. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So maybe there's some closure around a situation in your life. Okay, it could be a relationship. It doesn't have to be that. It could be something. All right, it could be a shift. So, Laya, it could be a relationship, but it doesn't have to be that way because 7th house is relationships. But it could also be you saying, hey, I don't like how I'm moving in this relationship. Okay, well, it could be you wanting to get in a relationship. All right, you never know. Okay, again, Pisces, the final, hey, Afro, final sign of the zodiac. So maybe there is some kind of closure around a situation in your life. With the North Node in Pisces conjunct the moon, maybe you're being guided to a new path or a new direction. We're closing one chapter and beginning a new one, all right? We're being asked to balance those energies again. Pisces, Virgo, Virgo, Pisces. We need both. Pisces is intuition and Virgo is logic. Are you living in a dream world? Do you need to tap back in with your reality? Are you too rigid and by the book, right? And need to go with the flow? Do you dream? Do you need to dream? And trust in the universe? Yes, yes, yes. The full moon lunar eclipse is on the North Node. Again, that Pisces energy is intensified. All right. Hey, Tony. It's very emotional. And maybe some feelings surface that you thought were gone. And you're like, okay, this is over. The modern ruler of the eclipse is Neptune in Aries. Okay. Jupiter is the traditional ruler, which is exalted in Cancer. We like that. But I feel like Neptune is more important because it's forming a conjunction to Saturn. So maybe Neptune and Saturn are like dissolving things in our lives. Also, Saturn is back at 29 degrees. That's a critical degree, okay? Again, I hate to keep saying closure. Closure. But there can be closure or culmination when it comes to Saturnian themes, commitment, boundaries, maturity, whatever, right? It could be structures in your life. It's a stellium in Virgo, kind of. We got the Sun, Mercury, and the South Node all in Virgo in the eclipse chart. Mercury is a ways away from the nodes, right? The South Node, but it's still in proximity. The South Node is what we're releasing, remember? So we are freeing ourselves of patterns and behavior that are preventing us from the growth and transformation that we ultimately need. Mercury in Virgo can be a little too logical and, you know, like by the book, critical, analytical. Maybe we have this tug of war between planning and trying to just doing nothing. Doing nothing. Trusting in the universe. Remember, the North Node is opposite Mercury, so we're less about logic and more about intuition. Also, Mercury is Cazimi, the sun. It's about to enter the heart of the sun. This is nice because maybe you have some kind of aha moment. You're like, oh, that makes sense during the eclipse, right? Some kind of clarity on a situation. This energy peaks after the full moon, so it's building. There is some spice to this eclipse. We have Mars in Libra squaring Jupiter in Cancer. Mars squared Jupiter can be a little impulsive and reckless. Are you okay? Hey, Fred. Mars is a malefic, right? And Jupiter is a benefic. Jupiter wants to grow, all right? Mars wants to act. Mars in Libra is a little tricky because it's in detriment. Hey, Natalia, how are you? And, you know, so is it acting? Maybe Mars in Libra wants to assess. Jupiter in Cancer is intuitive. Mars in Libra is logical. Maybe we're torn between going with our head or following our heart. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. Maybe you're torn between doing what you want and what your family wants of you. There's also that magic triangle. I'm never going to not talk about this. This is the talent trine that's formed from Pluto and Aquarius to Uranus and Gemini, and then the sextile to Neptune and Aries. It looks like a little pyramid. It's giving radical change and transformation that is supportive of all of us, right? This is the collective. It's not just me feeling it, you feeling it. We're all feeling it. We can make the world a better place. We got to fight back, though. We got to take it into our own hands. Hey, Evelyn, right? We do. I'm going to get to Leo, friend. I'm going to go in order. I'm about to get into the horoscopes. Saturn and Neptune are at the top of that triangle. So it's saying Aries is the self. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You got to do it. Don't get somebody else to do it because they're not going to do it. Okay, let's get into the horoscopes. Let me take some water. We're starting with Leo and ending with Pisces. I guess I should have started with Pisces, but you know, sometimes that gets too confusing. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be exciting. You want to pay attention to that second new, oh, I said second new moon. Yeah, it's a new moon. The second new moon in Virgo. That's at 29 degrees, I think, right? Aries, where you at? Gang, gang. It's time to heal, Ram. This could mean a timeout from a busy schedule to recharge your batteries, or healing that needs to occur on a deeper level. You're strong AF, gang, gang. But behind the scenes, you might be lugging around some emotional pain. There's strength in surrendering. So grieve your past loss and move on. If your daily life has you feeling spent between your 9 to 5 and all your home duties, I know that's right. Call out of work and take a mental health day. I like that. Bring your mind, body, and spirit into balance. If you can't take off work because you don't have that PTO, maybe you could take time in your day for meditation or breath work. Pay attention to your body and what it's trying to tell you. Maybe spend some time by water or get a foot massage. You know, Pisces vibes. Grant yourself permission to chill. Aries mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I allow myself to grieve and release pain. Okay, Aries. Taurus. Friendships are supposed to support and uplift you, bull. If your friends are draining you with low vibes and stress, then maybe it's time for a new circle. Friend isn't a word you take lightly, so be sure your besties are really holding you down and not just hangers on. You're seeking your soul tribe, so be open to new connections and communities. During the blood moon, you might decide to release an old aspiration that you've been pursuing. This isn't that you're giving up, but you're deciding to seek dreams that speak to you and your evolving soul. You might feel torn between romantic connections and doing you. If your boo isn't supportive of your long-term goals, then they might need to go. Chop, chop. Taurus mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I am surrounded by people who align with my dreams and interests. And so it is. Gemini. Are you itching for a change, twin? Uranus in your sign and the eclipse in your career house could have you ready to make a bold move. You may want to pursue a profession in the arts or work in a field that gives you a sense of meaning and purpose. Yeah, I agree, friend. Virgo rising and Pisces sun. Hey, cosmic light source. Don't be scared to switch things up. It could be that your job wants to promote you and move you to another city or even another country. With shocking Uranus in your sign, you'll be making lots of changes over the next few months, really years. There could be this desire to stick close to your family and friends, but maybe true growth is waiting for you outside of your comfort zone. It's time to put yourself first and go after the things you truly desire. Gemini mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. The universe keeps sending me opportunities. Yes. Cancer, the lunar eclipse in Pisces could bring a test of faith for you, Crabby. Hey, Brandy, back again. Have you lost your way? Is it time to tap back in with rituals or practices that help you make sense of this crazy world? Yes. Maybe it's chanting or meditating. You could even join a church or go back to your old place of worship. I mean, I don't know. You might turn to God. Jupiter is in your sign, asking you to believe and trust in the universe. Have faith that everything is working out for you and you're always guided by a higher power and source. You might feel like your environment is a bit stagnant and even holding you back in some ways from spiritual growth. It could be time to release old mindsets and truths that have been passed down to you from previous generations. Cancer mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I am divinely guided. That's right. What degree is your sun, friend? Leo. Brandy, you came just in time. Sharing is caring. Don't be afraid to open up your heart or your wallet to your beloved. If you're hesitant to combine your finances with your partner or commit deeper to a relationship, it may be time to do some shadow work or open up to a therapist. If you can't trust someone, maybe it's that you can't trust yourself. This is a good time to free yourself from fears and obsessions that have control over you. Therapy, shadow work can all help you to get to the root of the issue. If you have money fears, then it's time for a budget and a financial game plan. Change your spending habits and your money mindset too. Release limiting financial beliefs. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, think about what you do have. Leo mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I am stronger than my fears. They can't control me. Oh, so it already hit your sun, friend. Did you get any good luck? Any good juju? Okay. Oh, but you know what? Okay, I'll tell you later. Virgo. Romantic or platonic, you're needing to bond on a deeper level with your boo or bestie during eclipse season. If you feel stagnant in a connection, it could be time for some changes, all right? No one is perfect, not even you, Virgo, but are you clinging to a connection that isn't really serving you? You're always helping others, but you shouldn't neglect your own needs, and your partner shouldn't either, right? Your partner needs to tap in and help you too. Relationships are give and take. Maybe you have a talk with a partner or change how you maneuver in your personal connections. This one's for you, Swish Style Report. If you're single and ready to mingle, maybe check in with your high expectations of others. Maybe there's a mindset shift that needs to occur to open you up to love. Virgo mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I set healthy boundaries in my relationships. And so it is. Libra. Hey, Christine. Yeah, I feel you on that one. That might be the South Node in Virgo and the North Node in Pisces. Libra. Let's up the gym time and decrease the screen time. It's time to focus on wellness. This isn't about seeing gains and your waist size shrinking, but prioritization of your overall physical and mental health. What routines can you implement that help you reduce stress? Maybe you need to shift your schedule at work to allow more time to recharge. Adjustments might be needed to achieve a work-life balance. You love to balance things, so figure out how to make time for you to relax and press pause. Slow down. Things will get done. You don't have to feel this urge to knock out all your tasks at once. I know that feeling. There will always be items on your to-do list. Now, if you've been slacking at work, maybe find a steady rhythm that is sustainable. Oh my God, Fred. Oh wait, well, there you go. You don't have any worries now. Libra mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. My body is a temple and I treat it with kindness and respect. Scorpio. Is it a summer fling or true love, Scorpio? It's a fling. No, I'm kidding. You know in your heart if that romantic connection has the potential to be more than a situationship. Maybe you're searching for something to feel passionate about and you focused your concentration on a relationship. That's exciting. Oh my God. How about pouring your energy into a creative project or new hobby? Maybe you return to an activity that used to bring you joy. Maybe it's a childhood passion. Speaking of childhood, this is a good time to heal your inner child. Maybe art helps you do so. You might even discover that you have a real gift for painting, singing, or crafting, maybe acting. Scorpio mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I take time to let my inner child play. That is true. So maybe that was what it is. That's right, Aries. Rising. That's exciting. Sagittarius, you may feel the urge to move out of your hometown or move on from the family drama, Saggy. But before you go ghosting your family, it could be time to address and forgive pain from the past. You can't keep avoiding what's causing friction between you and your fam bam. I'm ready for the big money too. This full moon, you may want to make your living space feel more cozy and zen. If your home doesn't feel inviting to you, then maybe spruce it up before you start house hunting on Zillow. Maybe clear out some clutter if the possessions have gotten out of control. A fresh cone of paint, and a home goods run could make a world of difference. Sagittarius mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I have the power to choose happiness and peace in my life. And do. Capricorn, gang, gang. Your mind creates your reality, Cappy. Shift your thoughts and watch your world start to change. I need to hear this. You are a realist, but you already know the worst case scenario. It's time to focus on the best outcome. Free yourself from doom and gloom thinking and embrace the possibilities. Maybe you ask the universe to show you how good things can get. It's less about doing and making things happen and more about allowing your visions to manifest. Maybe your upbringing or belief systems are forcing you, that you are forced to follow, are really just holding you back. It's time for new truths, and it could be a sibling or neighbor that opens your mind up to a new way of seeing things. Capricorn mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Everything is working out for my highest good, and so it is. Aquarius got the best one. Sorry. Money comes and money goes, so let it flow, Aqua. Money is a currency, so relax and let it circulate. This doesn't mean go crazy with your coins, but if you're letting go of one source of income, or maybe your sugar sponsor is cutting your allowance, you can easily manifest a new money stream into your life. You may feel called to make your money in a way that speaks to you on a deeper level. You might not just want to clock in and out, but need to feel as though you're making a difference in the world. Don't worry if you're feeling a little lost. Trust in the universe to guide you in the right direction. That Aquafina, right? If you feel blocked from abundance, maybe decluttering your space helps the money chi flow. Aquarius mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I let the current of abundance carry me. I stole that from Bob Proctor. Get into it. Pisces, that's why I said Aquarius has the best. It's time for your glow up, Pisces. Maybe you're clinging to situations and relationships that no longer align with the new you, and it's time to let them go. Prioritizing your own dreams and desires are key. You are very giving and caring, but boundaries are needed. Yes, they are. People can't just take from you all the time without giving. Don't allow others to use you as a therapist. If your partner is too demanding, it could be time for a talk or maybe even a break. Maybe you and a partner are no longer on the same frequency, and that's okay, right? People grow. You're experiencing a spiritual growth spurt. Not everyone is growing or going with you. Pisces mantra for the lunar eclipse in Pisces. I believe in myself. And so it is. Period. I did it. Okay.